embedded into their system, we all win for that. So I don't have much of a thought about it.
Next set of questions. Earlier this year, you said you wanted to push out Extreme Privacy 3 early because it was mostly ready and that you had a big project plan for this fall. Did that fall through, or is that still in the works?
Nothing fell through. Everything is still very much in the works, all systems go, and it has nothing to do with this show, so I will stop there.
Do you think privacy for the individual will be better or worse in 10 years' time? And what are the emerging technological and social changes that you think will affect your privacy threat model or that of your clients over the next couple of years?
That's loaded. It'll be worse. Our reliance on technology will be greater. Technology will be better at tracking us. The demand to monetize digital tracking will be higher. On a positive note, we can still choose to participate or remove ourselves from those things. We can still determine our quality of social life and what we need to participate in, what we don't need to participate in. I think the big thing is we're going to have this society which has accepted that companies are entitled to our voice, biometrics, and technologies in order to obtain services. We're going to be mandated to be smartphone owners to just see a doctor, and we'll have to confirm our identity on social media to get insurance. There's my bleak view. Next.
Yeah, and I'll just add, the last couple of years I feel like have escalated the timeline because it's become so much more accepted that you never do anything in person. And so we've sort of lost that layer completely of the most private way to conduct business. And now it's just expected that everyone be willing to do things virtually.
Agreed.
How do you personally store your personal pictures, music, movies, home videos, and such?
I practice what I preach. They're in a Veracrypt volume, and the backups are in a Veracrypt volume. So nothing different than what I recommend.
All right. What is your favorite podcast?
Oh, easy. Ask the Naked Scientists. I can listen to Chris Smith all day, every day. Sometimes I do. Next.
All right.
Wait, what's
you
yours?
Follow favorite podcast. Wow. I like the tested.com podcast. I like a lot of things that have to do with building things, making things, that sort of thing. So that has nothing to do with privacy and security. And maybe that's why I also like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That might be why I like mine too. All right, what's next?
You follow only one Twitter account, anonymous content. What is your relationship to them?
No comment. What's next?
Breaches and leaks. Is the 4 terabyte Stealer log still online? And what specific search terms and search locations would yield the best results in locating Stealer logs to enrich our breach collections?
4 hours after that episode, that database was taken offline. So no, it is not online. I have not seen it anywhere else. I don't know that anyone else has really grabbed it. Who knows? Search terms. If you were to search 200 GB space Stealer space logs space 2019-2020, that would probably get you to a 400 gigabyte version on a mega link, which does not require any accounts to open. I've probably said too much. Next.
Would you share some best practices regarding the storage and access to post-filtered breach data? Do you export and convert the output to a different format for use with a database like MariaDB or MySQL? To keep from getting any viruses that have not been in the downloaded files, do you only access the post-filtered data via computers running virtual machines?
As a business, we do put them all into a database. I won't get too much into that, but I have someone who takes all of that data, parses it out properly. That way we can see things quickly and efficiently. When I teach building your own text files and using ripgrep because it's something that someone can do in 10 minutes. I can teach that in 10 minutes how to access your data with ripgrep. I can't teach databases in 10 minutes. Correction, I can't teach databases at all. That's not my thing. Viruses, yeah, we do see that. Mostly, though, if we see a virus inside some leak or breach data, it's an executable or some JavaScript that you would never pipe into your data anyway. So I don't want to downplay it, but a lot of the viruses that you see in this stuff are just 12-year-olds trying to put stuff in there that no one's going to open anyway.
I have two questions for you. Would you ever create a data breach search engine project? And would you ever show us your methodology for finding breach data in open databases?
I would never create any kind of online breach search product. My attorneys would never let me do that. It would be risk, it would be liability without much benefit. So no, I'll never do that. We keep our stuff in-house. We keep it very offline and segregated, so no. Showing you methodology, I think I have. In the book, in the OSINT book, I have an entire section of how to find this stuff, how to find open databases, how to find breaches and leaks. So I think I've done that. Of course, we could go further down that rabbit hole, but then you get into areas where you can get into legal trouble. So I think I'm close to the extent of what I'm willing to share on that.
Yeah, and I think as long as you're in good legal standing, part of that is becoming part of communities and groups that talk about those things. So a little bit of infiltration, if that is within scope and within policy where you are.
Fair.
Next, how many terabytes are your servers in your office with all of this breach database and your work files?
Well, that's two different things. Our breach servers over 20 terabytes of actual storage of actual data, but also a lot of that's a large index to make for efficient, immediate queries. Work files, like client files, I just would feel dirty even talking about that. What's next?
All right. Light at the end of the tunnel. We've got 4 more questions. What does your 5-minute OSINT workflow look like for quickly looking someone up you are about to meet or talk to?
I'm spoiled because we have our own in-house system which does that. Anytime we have a pending consultation, we have a system that we conduct a query in, and we get a report, sometimes 20 pages, spit out to us in about 30 seconds. That is a lot of our own data, breach data, people search data, all the stuff we've collected. We also use a lot of APIs, which go to some premium data. So I get a dossier in 30 seconds of the person I'm about to go talk to. And if that dossier is empty, then we don't have the information we need to establish enough vetting to make